Let's go to Sarah in the warmest place in the U.S., Fairbanks, Alaska. What's up? I think that's where Oates Military Academy is. What's up, Sarah?
Hi, Dr. John. How are you?
Good. That was my Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure reference for those of you who weren't paying attention. So what's up?
Hey, yeah. So I'm just going to start with my question. How do I support my husband and focus on repairing our marriage when he is constantly worried about his health?
Tell me more. Does he have cancer or does he have like hormone disruption? Like, does he have health issues or what's going on?
No, he doesn't have cancer.
Oh no! Oh man, I can hear it. Oh, honey, you are real close to resenting him. Is he like a? Is he like a? Is he like that guy on Sleepless in Seattle?
I don't know what that is, but probably.
Just always has like an ailment or a thing, or his knee hurts, or he's going for a walk with the kids and he's got to put like an ankle brace on, and he always has like, I think I've got a thing, and he goes to the ER a lot.
Yeah.
Is that? I could hear that in your exhale.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say, he like goes to the extent of putting like ankle braces on and such, but I would say that
is he hypochondriac?
I mean, I would think so. Yes.
Okay. Give me an example.
For example, I mean, he'll come home and say that he thinks his gallbladder, is giving out, or, he'll Google like the silliest things, like if there's a red mark on his hand, he'll Google it because he won't be sure if it's something serious or not.
Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha. How long have you been his mom?
Probably too long.
Yeah. And it's weird trying to sleep with your son, huh?
Yeah.
And I mean that in all of the awkward, gross ways it just sounded when I said it. The whole thing, right? As soon as you start getting in a caretaker role and then you become like you're fine, honey. And he's like, am I fine? And there gets this awkward dynamic. Then the last thing on earth is intimacy and sexual desire. And that turns into his anxiety, things spinning faster, which in his case creates more. Well, what about this? And my fingers hurt. And then all of a sudden, I mean, you see how like y'all get in this dance now, and it just y'all end up. You're like, all right, I'm done. So can I ask you a real hard question?
Yeah.
Is there somebody else for you?
I don't know. I mean,
you do. Or maybe it's not all the way there yet, but almost. Or man, it would be nice if.
It would be nice if.
Yeah. That's all you have to say. I won't push you on that anymore. And again, I'm going back to that single exhale. I could hear it. Like you're at the end. Or let me say it this way. You have put a lot of this on him. You don't like who you have become.
Yes and no.
You're like, no, this is all him.
I mean, no. I definitely own to my mistakes, 100%. But I just feel like we've only been married for going on almost 4 years. So I feel like majority of the time we haven't really been in a happy marriage.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's sad to say. Yeah, I feel like there's been more stressful times than happy times.
What's the root of the unhappiness? I know you've thought about it because you've had imaginary conversations with him that you've never said out loud. Like you at least in your guts believe this all starts at a place. Where is that place? What is it?
I don't know. I feel like there's too much. I feel like that's gone wrong. It's like, what's going to go right? I asked him the other day, and he told me that he thought that my parents were the reason that our marriage was so bad.
Are they?
Partially.
Why do you allow that?
I don't know. That's a good question. I've been bad at setting boundaries.
Okay. Have you wanted to set boundaries between the...
Have I wanted to?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or let me say it this way. Do you want to get closer to him?
Yeah.
Do you like the way things are right now?
No.
What's stopping you from making him different? You're an adult in the United States. You can kind of do whatever you want, except for like shrooms and stuff.
Right.
Like, what do you want to do? And when I say like you don't like who you're becoming, here's what I mean. Not that you've said mean things and haven't done haven't put boundaries out, whatever. You had a picture of yourself, and you had a picture of your marriage, like a woman that was taken care of, or that was super sexy, or you were married with a guy and y'all go do crazy fun things, and he would punch the guy at the bar who was mouthing off to his wife. And I'm just making up crap, right? But you had a picture of what this looked like. And now you got kids?
Yeah.
How old?
2 and 1.
Oh, good God Almighty. So, okay. So you've been married 4 in an unhappy marriage, and you got 2 toddlers, which are just incredible for your sex life. And you are now a woman who goes to work, and you have your somebody else makes your heart beat a little bit faster. You're an exhausted mother of 2. Really, you're an exhausted mother of 3. And your husband's way of getting attention from you, his way of finding meaning in your marriage and your partnership is, something's wrong with me that I need you to help, or I need you to feel sorry for me. That's his entry point with you. And that's what I mean. You just don't like the you in this.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Is that fair?
Yeah, for sure.
So what do you do next?
Well, we're in the process of moving for a start. And he's also working on getting better health care for himself.
Nope. Time out. What are you going to do? Well, let me put it this way. Are you done?
Well, one.
Are you done?
Go ahead.
Are you done with not with me, with the marriage? Are you finished? Because if we're finished, let's just be finished.
No.
Do you want to stay married and build a life with this guy?
Yes.
Do you want him to be your husband and be the father of your kids? He already is the father of your kids, but do you want to create a tightly woven together new picture with this dude?
Yeah, absolutely.
You just saying that?
No.
Okay. Then we're going to stop judging him. Okay. It's a waste of time. It doesn't help. When's the last time you sat down and looked at him and said your needs out loud very, very clearly?
I have no idea.
Let's start there. Because at the end of the day, that's all you can control. You can't control whether he feels a lump on the side of his leg or if he's got a weird mole that he feels like he's got to go to the ER about. You can't control any of that.
Mm-hmm.
You can control how honest you are with him.
Yeah.
And you can control your needs. Hey, I need this from you. And I need you to go see a counselor because we've gone to the ER a bunch, we've gone to the doctor a bunch, and none of the things that have happened so far have proven to be life-threatening or even medical ailments. And so I'm concerned there's something else going on, and I'm happy to go with you. And if you don't want to go, that's fine. I'm going to go for me because I want to learn how to love you better. And right now, I'm not doing a great job.
Mm-hmm.
See what I'm saying? And those are hard conversations.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, what are you thinking? You're shutting down on me. Don't shut down.
I don't know. It's a lot. Although, I mean, he hasn't been diagnosed with anxiety, but I do feel like he does have really bad anxiety, and I don't.
As you've just described him, that's what it sounds like.
What do you mean?
He sounds like a guy with a ton of anxiety. And having been one of those myself, and having had some really, really uncomfortable conversations with my wife over the years, being married to somebody who has deep and profound anxiety is madness. It's exhausting.
Mm-hmm.
And you ultimately have to create a world that only you and your kids inhabit because your partner's electrified. It's like being married to a taser. It's not safe. And you didn't get married to have to build a life on your own inside of a cocoon. You also didn't get married to have a third kid who's in an adult body. So I'm understanding, having done what he has done to you, I've done that to my wife. So I get it. It's awful. And the only way he heals is through connection. That's not to put the burden on you. He's going to have to reach out and decide he wants to go get well. But you can't make him do that. You can only say, this is what you need. Because he knows you don't like him.
Yeah.
He knows that. And his body's way of dealing with the fact that his wife doesn't like him is to create pains here or phantom things here or whatever. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. I feel like we have had a lot of hard conversations.
Okay.
Typically they don't. Sometimes I go somewhere, sometimes I don't, but
I think you need some action steps at the end, because he's probably talked about your parents a bunch and you haven't done anything about it.
Yeah, that's fair to say. I think moving will help.
Don't forget though,
that doesn't
the moment.
set boundaries.
Yeah. Well, no, it's just the moment y'all move into that new house and you get all the furniture down and the kids go to bed. You're going to look over on the couch and he's going to have 2 Kleenexes shoved up each nostril and have a heating pad on his neck. And you're going to realize he went with you and you went with you.
Right. Yeah.
So moving might help proximity wise, but it's not going to solve your marriage issues because those are going to go with you.
Yeah. No, I agree with that.
And if you've had a bunch of hard conversations, most of the time I talk to folks, they've not had these conversations. If you've had them, What y'all are in desperate need is action. You'll have to start acting differently.
Yeah. I mean, that's the hardest part.
It is. And the only person's actions on the planet you can control are yours. So you have to start acting different. Call a counselor. Go to the gym. Get a couple of women in your life that you're friends with. Call your parents and say, we are not coming to the holiday, whatever. Or y'all are not welcome at fill in the blank. I don't know what the boundaries. That's probably a whole other phone call. If he asks you to come look at some weird mole you can respond, I don't have the medical expertise to do that, but we do have a mobile physician and you should call them. I'm asking you, I need you to not go to Google anymore because Google is like pouring gasoline on this fire in our home and you just find 1,000 different. So I'd rather you talk to a medical professional. And since we have telehealth, you can do that. Right. So I need you to put all the screens down and just sit with me and hold my hand and watch a show in the evening. I need you to put all the screens down and just rub my shoulders in the evening. And I'll say this, don't cheat. Don't cheat on him. I'll leave it at that. Just don't. Just don't. You're worth more than that. Don't do that. Thanks for the call. And I know you're stuck. You feel like you're frozen in ice. And somebody's got to take the first step. Even if you sit down and write yourself a letter and say, here's who I'm going to be moving forward. But I want to be somebody that I respect and that I treat with dignity. And that means I got to act differently. And that starts today.